Mixing some gesso for painting. Ingredients: titanium white, marble powder, and chalk. So starting with the chalk. It's all very simple. It's 1:1:1. Well, it depends on how white you want the base to be, because sometimes putting a lot of titanium into the base is a waste of titanium, and it will be lovely and smooth, and there'll be no sinking in. Sinking in is the bit that's the most important, really, because an oil gesso doesn't soak the oil out of your paints, and so the quality is absolutely gorgeous at the end. And I'm sieving it so that the oil can be mixed in more easily without any blockages, no clumping up. There we go. Alright, took the rest away. Marble. Super fine Carrara marble. I put in 2 spoons there. These are ideal conditions. I mean, I wouldn't normally do it exactly like this, but I'm just conscious of the fact that I'm recording it, and that some people might have some issues, you know, about the wording I use and the ingredients I use, etc. So, anyway. So that's my basic powder mix. Lovely, all nice and unclumpy. It will be happy to receive the oil. This is the bit that takes a lot of time, so I'm going to only shoot a little bit of it. But the basic principle is that you start off in the middle, very slowly, and you let the mix come to you. You don't try to get anything to go into the oil. You push the oil a little bit out to the sides and let it collapse the mix into itself. That way you get a very gradual coming together of the two. And again, the reason for this is to avoid lumps. The oil that I'm using, it's bleached linseed oil. Nothing else. You keep doing this until it's super saturated, then you add a little bit more, and then you add some more, and then you add some more. That way you don't have too much oil. If you have too much oil, the mix will become yellow, and all that lovely titanium white will be wasted. Okay, come back to this later. Okay, about a quarter of the way through. This might be faster with a food blender, but I don't think you get quite as smooth as this, and it has to be very smooth. You can see the way the sides are collapsing, and the middle is very smooth. It's thick and buttery, so there's not too much oil in there. And in a few more swipes I'll have to add just a touch more oil, but the trick is not to add too much, so that it doesn't separate later on when it's sitting. About halfway through. It's a slow process, but you can see it's very smooth, and it's well worth the mix. Normally you'd need to do something much larger than this in terms of volumes, because it's just so much work. You want it to be worthwhile. You'd store it in a jar, glass, don't add any seccative, and then it'll be ready when you need it. You can stay like that for years. I'll come back to you when it's done. So that's the full mix. You can get it to the consistency that you want without adding too much oil. This will not separate. And it's a beautiful white. Okay. Next, the application process.